Okay, hello, welcome. Welcome everybody. I'm in a good mood. I'm smiling like this because I love how you do a tech check and then you see why you do a tech check. So this is so awesome. This is so awesome. I want to welcome you to this space here where we are finding our rhythm for the new year. And to reintroduce ourselves, for those of you who are new, we have Miss Sylvia Gray, Miss Leslie Warren, and me, Miss Chanita Pack. Um, some of you watching it are currently snowed in. So I really trust that this will serve you during this time. And this is the space where we collectively serve to support you in reclaiming you and what works for you. Okay, so if you found yourself marching to the beat of someone else's drum, as I said in our session last month, and it's not working for you, this is a safe space that we have created where we share the tools that have served us, with the hopes that it will serve you. And adjust them as you will. Adjust them as they serve you. Tweak them. I'm saying that because I have the gift of song, or sound especially. It's not my only gift, but I'm here to support you in trusting your intuition and using the gift of sound to support you and reclaiming or finding your rhythm and trusting your intuition and trusting your inner guidance. So in our last session, I sang for you, and I encourage you to find music. Things were external, so I sang for you and encourage you to create a playlist of songs that serve you. You are an instrument. You are an instrument, and right now, for some reason, I can already imagine someone saying, well, I can't sing. We ain't talking about you performing. You are an instrument. Some of you may be familiar with sound healing. You are an instrument. Everything you need is within you. You were created with everything you need is within you. So, in this very short amount of time that I have, I can't give a vocal lesson to make this be you can have more power in what I'm about to share with you. But who's familiar with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? The scales, right? Okay. And honoring my intuition, my guidance says you're going to use this to help you find a note. So some of you, or has anyone ever seen someone take a tool, and like a metal tool, and beat it on something and it vibrates like a have you ever seen that? And like wave it around the body and it's serving as that? Because the sound, the vibration of the sound, the notes, is serving to heal. Well, you are going to use your voice. You're going to go within, and your voice is going to serve as that instrument. Now, in this very short session, so let me be quick. What I want you to do, you're going to use the scale, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, to help you find the note that you need. So this part right here is going to be very very quick, and then we're going to slow it down for you to use it yourself, right? So you're going to hear me, and I just want you to, we're going to find a register. And you're going to stay on mute because you don't have to come off, but I want you to just, in your mind, you're going to breathe in through your nose And because you're on mute, you're actually going to do this. I can't hear you. But you're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to hum out the key, the note. So, okay, got it? So, this part is going to be fast. So you're going to take quick, deep breaths if you can. Get bad breaths. So just follow my lead. Okay. You're able to do that? Here's another thing you need. So that those are just straight major keys, like the scale, but there are notes in between. And I wanted to remind you of this. So now slide from the do all the way to the high note. So do a Were you able to do that? Alright. The reason I also want you to do that is because there are notes in between, and some of those notes may serve you. Now, this is the part that's going to take a little longer. But after this, you can take this and spend more time in it. I want you to, you're going to hear me doing mine. I wish you didn't, because I really want you to trust your own note. But where you are going to tune into your body. In fact, start by placing your hand on your heart. You're going to honor your intuition. And you're going to hum a note. If you feel called to stay on that note, stay on that note. Keep taking breaths, humming. The elders used to do this. They would gather in a circle, and a woman would be in the center. Something was going on, and they would lay hands on her and they would hum. This was the tonal healing. So you're doing this for yourself. If you feel like you need to move, if you feel something, because I was doing this morning, and it's like, I'm turning my head. It's like, do it. This is a safe space. You create a safe space for yourself to let the note move where it needs to move to. Is that clear? So you're going to, together, and you might leave me, or I might leave you. I'm just going to do the scale. You're going to follow me like you did. In fact, but if you feel like, don't question it. You're not crazy. If something's like, I really like this note, stay there for a while. And then catch up with me. I'm just going to go through the scale. I'm going to do the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And you are too. But if you feel something while humming the note, repeat it. If you feel something, like for example in your shoulder, send the note, hum the note to your shoulder. You are the instrument. I just want you to know you have a range of notes. It's not about can you sing or not. Each key has a certain vibration. So you're going to discover which one you need. Which key, maybe something's going on within you know nothing about. But for some reason, you're like, this feels good right here. Stay there. It may be a vibration necessary for your gallbladder, for your spleen, for your uterus, for your heart, for your lungs. Or you may never know. But trust that you are enough. Your voice is enough. Okay? All right. So I'm just serving as the guide, and you are going to lean into trusting your intuition of where you go with your voice within your body. So again, breathe in through your nose, and when you exhale the note. How do you feel? That was just hitting the scales. But again, like I showed you, you can slide into a note because there may be a note in there. See, that's somewhere in the middle. That's like a flat or a sharp, as we say. And maybe that serves it. If you have an instrument like a piano, you may use that, but I highly recommend just using your voice. Before any instrument was created by human beings, the first one was your voice. And feel free, Sylvia or Leslie, either one you want to share, did anything like you found yourself experiencing anything, or if it did nothing. And I don't know, it's like, I'm saying that because I also want people to know you don't have to force anything. We're sharing tools so you know what you could pick and choose what serves you. And just so you know, I stayed on some notes longer because something was moving me to extend the note. And that's all I have to share. I'm gonna Leslie is the next presenter, but before she does, if Sylvia or Leslie has anything to share, feel free to do so.
Just wanted to share how interesting that is because when you think about maybe Tibetan or Buddhist monks, they hum, they have certain short words or frequencies, and frequencies are associated with the words. So everything that you're doing truly is ancient, very ancient, humming and using our voice, our bodies as an instrument. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was really cool. All right, so hey guys, I'm up. My name is Leslie Warren. I am a trainer and exercise specialist and a wellness coach. And last time we got together, I spoke to you all about the 5 pillars to wellness and good health. They're super, super simple. I like to use the acronym KISS, keep it super simple. Um, to talk about them because really when you stick to those 5 basic principles, um, you are almost guaranteed of having really good health. To recap, starting from the thing that you need the most to the thing you can live without the longest, the first thing we need to do is to breathe. Sounds silly, but we tend to hold our breath and keep it kind of shallow. So we need to breathe, we need to sleep, we need to drink, we need to move, and we need to eat. And so many people kind of think of breathing and meditation in the same space, and that's totally cool. But what we're actually going to talk about today are things that you can do to kind of tip the scales in favor of working with those 5 simple pillars so that you can shift the scales toward living a more holistic and wellness balanced life. Does that make sense to you guys? So there's an author, his name, I believe, is James Clear. He's written a book called Atomic Habits. Hope I'm not getting my authors confused. But Atomic Habits is a fantastic book. And one of the principles that they talk about this in this book is a principle called habit stacking. Let me check my time to make sure I'm staying true. Habit stacking. And so, um, if you want to build a new habit, say you want to build the habit of, I don't know, drinking more water, since it's really important to stay hydrated. Something that you can do is you can stack the new habit of drinking water on an already established habit. So, say for example, you brush your teeth in the morning and you brush your teeth in the evening. So, a way to stack the habit of drinking water onto those is in the morning, you've got a glass of water by your bedside table. Before you get up to go drink your teeth, you drink the glass of water and then you go brush your teeth because you're already going to brush your teeth. So, this is just putting the new habit that you want to establish on an existing habit. Say we do the reverse of that. So, you're getting ready to go to bed, you've brushed your teeth, you're getting in bed. Guess what's by your nightstand? That glass of water so you can drink it quickly. Now, for some of you that might work, for some of you it might not work for, a variety of reasons. Maybe you don't like to drink water that late at night, but that's just an example of how you take a new habit and stack it onto an existing habit. Another thing that you might want to do is maybe you want to start exercising or start eating better. So again, pick a small part of this new habit that you want and tack it onto an existing habit. For example, if you know that you always drink coffee in the morning, maybe before you have your cup of coffee, or maybe after you have your cup of coffee, you embed some new movement pattern, some new exercise. So before you have your cup of coffee, maybe you'll do 10 jumping jacks, or maybe the reverse. After your cup of coffee, you'll do 10 jumping jacks. It doesn't have to be some huge monumental effort because it's not about a huge effort. What it is about is taking tiny daily actions to create a new pattern of a new habit. Does that make sense to everybody? So, again, we don't need to move the world. We just need to move the scale a tiny bit. And that tiny bit, day after day after day, is what establishes and now embeds the new habit into what you're doing. All right. So let me check the time one more time. So we've talked about micro habits. Here's one of my favorite, actually, for getting a little bit more movement into your life. And I'm going to ask you guys to challenge yourself um, when we're done here. Think of one thing that you could do to tip the scale in the favor of creating better habits. Here's one of my favorite to suggest to people. We all have to go to the grocery store. Yeah. So when you go to the grocery store, instead of looping the parking lot 5 times to find that space right there by the front, instead, as long as the parking lot isn't like, you know, the mall of Minnesota or the mall of wherever, where they have those huge parking lots, park at the end and walk to the grocery store. You've just added probably 50 or 100 steps in one direction in your daily step goal, if you have one, of incorporating more steps, more physical activity into your life. If you don't want to do that, how about lap the grocery store one time before you start doing your grocery shopping? This is a very simple habit. It takes less than 2 or 3 minutes. And believe it or not, that one little change over time, it's like compound interest. So it's not 2 plus 2 plus 2. It's 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. So the effects of those little changes are compounded and they all lead you toward whatever your healthy wellness, uh, more holistic lifestyle goal might be. All right, that's going to be it for me. Do you guys have any questions or concerns about this? No? Okay. They're saying no, guys. So I'm going to pass the baton over to Sister Sylvia. I hope that's helpful for you. And I know I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again next month. Bye. Thank you.
Hello, 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 everyone. We've had some great tips. I didn't put my 2 cent in with the humming. Um, and the do re mi scale. But the healing frequency, I just looked it up last week or within the last 2 weeks is I think 932 hertz. So there is a certain healing frequency. Just to do a shout out to Chanita, and this is the new year, finding new rhythm in the new year. So habit stacking, because that's usually why we don't complete our new year task or just task in general that are new, is because we don't know how to integrate new things like habit stacking. So I think those are two great things that we just spoke about. And me, I am, again, Sylvia Green LeMay. I am your Soft Life AI healer. I suffer from CFS and fibro. And I say that because I just want to tell people that also suffer for those things, or perhaps even burnout, how to use AI to lighten your load, to make life easy. I know people are using AI, but some people aren't using it as effectively, perhaps, as it can be used. So I'm just here right now, not to show, because we have a short amount of time, but to give some ideas and some suggestions, and to ding a couple of bells. So with that being said, right now, let's talk about, again, using AI. The use of AI is to identify and eliminate repetitive and draining tasks in your life. So yeah, so let's figure out one thing you can do with AI. You can figure out what's quietly draining you all day, and either automate it or simplify it or batch it. So, for example, what do you mean? You can do a brain dump. If you look at your AI, your Chat GPT, you can actually talk into it. You can ask it to, you know, look at your emails. I mean, you just brain dump and categorize. What do you do in a day? Are you looking at emails? Are you making dinner? Are you going to doctors? Are you, communicating on the phone? So you can set up different categories and things like that. And you can figure out what it is that you can possibly automate with your AI. And so this is an example. What can so ask AI, what can I stop, simplify, or automate? So this is a short prompt. Here is a list of reoccurring tasks. And again, I would suggest you just brain dump into the AI. Give them your list of recurring tasks, maybe track yourself for a day or two. I have chronic illness, or I'm burned out and I have limited energy and want to build a gentle AI supportive daily rhythm. So the first thing you would do, again, identify which tasks are repetitive and draining. Suggest how AI tools like ChatGPT, email templates, auto schedules could help automate or shorten this. You can also suggest what I can batch on a 1 to 2 days a week instead of doing it daily. And again, I'm saying this, but you can do this. You can ask AI. I don't want you to physically do this. This is the prompt that you need to speak with AI. That's one thing. Another thing that you can do to integrate AI, fatigue management for timely recovery prompt. You can give it a recovery prompt. So what you can do is let AI help you notice the times that you are fatigued and remind you of rest before you crash. So again, what you can do is define your yellow light sign. So when I say yellow light signs, like you have red light, green light, yellow light. So list your early fatigue signals, like for example, I get brain fog, or I get irritable, or you could have heaviness in your body or pain that creeps up on you. You might start yawning. You might also word finding issues. I have that a lot, word finding issues. So what you would do is you would, again, put a prompt in like, help me list and organize my early warning signs of fatigue and flare so I can set up gentle reminders and recovery prompts throughout my day. So again, you would put that prompt into your ChatGPT, see what it spits back out. After you do that, you can check, use your own clock, set a little time clock, back to that habit stacking. Maybe you set a reminder for yourself when you go to the bathroom, or get you something to eat or something like that, or just before bed. Just gentle, just times like 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m. before bed, and just see when you are feeling and how you're feeling during those times. Meaning, okay, green light, I got good energy. Yellow light, I feel myself about to fade out, but I'm still okay. Red light, no, I need to sit down and I need to sit back. And again, that is something that you can get AI to assist you with. Do you feel more? These are the questions you can ask yourself. Do you feel more clear, foggy, or exhausted right now? So those are some of the questions. Another thing you can also help AI can help you with is to script mini self check-in breaks. Like give it a prompt, for example, create a set of very short energy check-ins, less than 20 seconds to answer, and matching micro rest suggestions. So you're asking AI to give you some suggestions to do medium micro rest. For someone with chronic fatigue or burnout, this would avoid your crashes, I should say. You'll also get pairs like for example, questions. Is your pain low, medium, or high? You could ask yourself that. Is your pain low, medium, or high? And the break could be, if it's a medium or high, pause for 7 minutes, tension release plus deep breaths, plus one kind of sentence to yourself. So those could be a suggestion that AI could give you. And you could give you other suggestions. I'm just throwing out some thoughts that AI might spit back. Um, the other thing is leveraging AI for insights to pace your activities and avoid overexhaustion. So another prompt that could possibly be put into AI, you could again track over a few days what you're doing. So for 3 to 7 days, you could capture lightweight data like your wake up time, your sleep quality, your energy levels during these time, and main activities, meetings, calls, teaching, or working, errands, housework, and when you felt yourself flaring up from the examples I just gave a few minutes ago. And then you can just write these down and jot these in notes. You could take a picture, you could upload it to AI and have AI analyze it. There's for the most part, I mean, I probably have several more things that you can do, but for the most part, I'm hoping that I'm giving you guys some things, some thoughts. I think last time I talked about a menu, asking AI to create you maybe a 3-day menu, 4-day menu, put in it the items that you have that you can work with in your house, or that you're not allergic to, or the things that best suit your body, and ask AI to create different menus for you so you don't have to come home and think about it. So again, those are just some micro things to think about. And we're at the end of our time here. I want to thank everybody for listening in. And I also want to remind you, we will be back again next month, this with our presentation. We will eventually have, I think, our finale. Was it March? I think we said March. Our finale in March, where we will have a full master class. We will be back next month, I think February 20, I think it's a Saturday, February 24th, or no, 21st. I think it's February 21st. We will be back, and we will let you know the time then. But with that being in mind, again, please take these tips as was suggested before, use them for the best you can. You can reach out to either one of us, and we will be happy to answer any more questions that you might have. And we will go, like I said, in February into more details. We're just kind of giving you little tips here and tips there that you can use, but we will have the full screens on, and maybe even have you participating in some of Leslie's Zumbas or whatever she does over there, and go from there. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. What's it say? Ta-ta. I usually say ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta.
And we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.